My name is Andrew Garrison. Marshall Berg and I have prepared a presentation on the topic of philanthropy. In the presentation, we will discuss the meaning of philanthropy, the different types of recipients and donors, local results in Omaha, Nebraska. We will briefly discuss explanations and theory behind giving and philanthropy, and we will also outline some of the local philanthropic organizations and local philanthropists that have come from Omaha, Nebraska.
Thank you, Andrew. Philanthropy is defined as goodwill to fellow members of the human race, especially as it relates to an active effort to promote human welfare and an act or gift done for humanitarian purposes. Although the act of philanthropy occurs mostly through religious or educational-based organizations, those account for less than half of all charitable donations. We've looked at many products of philanthropy in Omaha during this seminar this summer, made possible by gifts both large and small from organizations and individuals. There are many types of recipients of philanthropy, but only three main types of donors: businesses, individuals, and nonprofit philanthropic organizations who make it their primary focus to give to other causes, such as the March of Dimes, the Salvation Army, and others. Since not-for-profit organizations must spend all their cash every year, many of them redistribute it to other organizations if they haven't spent their entire budget. Oscar Wilde felt philanthropy was the refuge of rich people to annoy their fellow creatures. The first part of that comment refers to philanthropy as a refuge, a safe place for successful people to go to give appreciation, perhaps, to the folks who helped make their success possible. The second part, though sprinkled with humor and cynical overtones, just like this cartoon does, speaks to the idea that often a philanthropic act produces more of an annoyance than a heartfelt benefit. Although it is confirmed that many gifts are given with specific guidelines designed to satisfy the donors as well as the recipients, rarely does a donor give something with the message, "Just use this money wherever it's needed most." Community centers give community members a place to learn English, engage in activities they would not otherwise afford, meet friends, exercise, learn a new skill, develop a sense of pride and confidence in their lives. We visited one such place called the Kroc Center in South Omaha. The Kroc Center was developed with over $75 million from McDonald's Corporation and other donors, shown in this image, and some not shown. Cultural centers, with the possible exception of New York City and London, are rarely profitable enough to bridge the gap between artists and communities without charitable donations. They attract corporations, workers, and retirees to the cities that house them and are a major source of long-term success for communities.
There are several organizations in Omaha that promote fundraising and donations for a variety of projects. Two of the most notable organizations are the Omaha Community Foundation and Omaha by Design. The Omaha Community Foundation was established in 1982 with the purpose of focusing on the greatest needs of the community by bringing people such as donors, charities, businesses, and government agencies together towards meeting those needs. The Omaha Community Foundation has been in the top 5% of community foundations for 5 years. Since 1982, the foundation has granted more than $712 million, $116 million in 2010 alone. This level of generosity ranks number 4 nationally in per capita giving. The Omaha Community Foundation has more than 1,000 donors, serving the needs of more than 3,000 nonprofits in Omaha and southwest Iowa. Omaha by Design is a civic planning organization dedicated to the development, implementation, and monitoring of urban design and environmental public policy in the metro. The organization facilitates partnerships between the public, private, and philanthropic sectors to execute projects that improve the quality of Omaha's natural and built environments. Projects and activities of Omaha by Design stem from 4 areas of emphasis. The first is the Green Omaha, preserving and enhancing the city's natural setting and public park system. The next is the Civic Omaha, which defines and improves the city's civic places and public image. The third is Neighborhood Omaha, preserving and enhancing the diversity of the city's residential neighborhoods. And the final area of emphasis is Environmental Omaha, which creates a more sustainable city by focusing on the natural environment, urban form and transportation, building construction, resource conservation, and community health. Omaha by Design is partnered with the Omaha Community Foundation and relies on the support of corporate and family philanthropists. Most of Omaha's well-known attractions exist because of extreme generosity from corporate and individual donations. Many of these attractions require hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of dollars in private donations before a project can even take off. Nonprofits such as the Henry Dorley Zoo, Lauritsen Botanical Gardens, Holland Center for Performing Arts, the Kroc Center, Joslyn Art Museum, Children's Museum, and the Omaha Community Playhouse, as well as many others, also rely heavily on continuous donations in order to meet the needs of the annual operating budgets and to have the ability to offer membership and admission prices that are affordable to the general public. The picture in the bottom right of this slide is the Desert Dome at the Henry Dorley Zoo. The Desert Dome is the world's largest indoor desert. This attraction opened in 2002. The following year, in 2003, Kingdoms of the Night, the world's largest nocturnal exhibit and the world's largest indoor swamp, located beneath the Desert Dome, opened to over 1.5 million visitors. The picture in the bottom right of this slide was taken at the Omaha Botanical Gardens. The picture in the top row in the center is of the Omaha Community Playhouse. The Omaha Community Playhouse features 2 state-of-the-art performance spaces. It's got a 558-seat Howard and Rhonda Hawks main stage theater and an intimate Howard Drew theater, which has flexible risers to accommodate audiences of between 200 and 230. The picture on the top right is a glass sculpture made by artist Dale Chihuly. The piece of artwork is permanently displayed at the Joslyn Art Museum. The Joslyn Art Museum was a gift given to Omaha by Sarah Joslyn in memory of her husband, George Joslyn. The museum opened in November of 1931. In 1938, the museum was listed among the top 100 finest buildings in the United States. Construction took 3 years and cost almost $3 million in 1931. The Walter and Suzanne Scott Pavilion, a 58,000 square foot addition, was built in 1994 at a cost of $15.95 million. Stories of extreme generosity, such as the example of the Joslyn's gift of the magnificent multi-million-dollar art museum, are a common theme in the Omaha metro area. The community of Omaha is extremely unique and blessed to have the level of generous giving that exists. Without this level of philanthropy, Omaha would be a much different place. The Greater Omaha Chamber of Commerce established the Omaha Business Hall of Fame in 1993. The Hall of Fame annually inducts civic and business leaders whose accomplishments are both outstanding and historically significant. The achievements of the inductees will be showcased at the Durham Museum. All of the individuals listed on this slide have been inducted to the Omaha Business Hall of Fame. All of the names should be familiar to anyone that has lived in Omaha for a few years' time. The names of these philanthropists are seen throughout all of Omaha. Warren Buffett is one of the philanthropists worth specifically mentioning. Buffett, an Omaha native currently residing in Omaha, is the famous investor and chairman/CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. He has made history by becoming the most generous philanthropist of all time. In 2006, Buffett made a commitment to gradually give away all of his Berkshire Hathaway stock to philanthropic foundations. More than 99% of Buffett's wealth will go to philanthropy during his lifetime or at the time of his death.
Philanthropy does not vary directly with a rise in net disposable income. In a general sense, though, patterns of giving seem to be affected when there are drops in the stock market, trading indices, and value of the dollar. Results of an experiment conducted in 2008 and published in Discover magazine suggest a causal relationship between oxytocin and generous behavior in males. This offers some insight about the causes of philanthropy, but more research is constantly being done at the social science level. The data you're viewing was provided by the Omaha Community Foundation, showing contributions and grants over the past 6 years. It's easy to see the dip in 2009 coincides with the stock market crash of the same period. Thank you very much, and we hope you notice all of the philanthropic projects as you travel around Omaha and see them in a different light because of what we shared.